Hello boys and girls. Today we are going to make an Americanized pho, so we're going to call it ameri-pho. And here's some of the Okay, now we're going to roast 2 full chopped onions and some fresh ginger root in the oven on broil for about 20 minutes.
Okay, we have our beef short ribs bone in. We're going to put them in our massive pot. We'll dump those in.
Okay, we have some bone-in supersized chicken breasts. We'll put those in. And cover. Okay, now we're going to cover our chicken and beef with water and boil for about 15 minutes. Okay, now we're going to toast our fennel seed, cinnamon stick, bay leaves, and our ground up star anise. Okay, now we're going to toast our seasonings for just a few minutes to bring out the flavor. Okay, now we have the smell of our toasted seasonings. We're going to add them to cheesecloth and then tie it up to put into our broth. Okay, now our meat has been boiling for about 10 minutes. We have to clean all the scum out. So we've got our strainer. Okay, now we have to dump out all of our broth and rinse all of our meat to get all the scum out, and then we'll continue our process. And we have to clean this pan perfectly clean and start over. And now we have to rinse our meat just to get all of the film off of it so we can have nice clean meat and a nice clean broth. Okay, now we have our clean pan. We have our rinsed meat. We're going to put it back in and bring it to a boil. Okay, we have our meat back cooking, so now we're going to add all of our spices. So our cheesecloth goes in, and all of our roasted vegetables, and all of our roasted ginger goes in. Okay, so now we're going to let this simmer for 6 hours. We have our chicken breast, we have our beef ribs, and all the vegetables. Okay, now we have our sugar in the raw because we could not find rock sugar. And we're going to add that in and let it cook uncovered for 6 hours. And last but not least, we're going to add our fresh grated carrots for color and sweetness. Now our broth has cooked for 6 hours. We've let it cool down some, so now you can see there's a layer of grease on top. We're just going to take our cheese. We're just going to remove that layer of grease off the top. We just want to make our broth as clear as possible. Okay, now we're going to strain our broth away from our meat. Okay, so now we have our liquid gold. We've taken all of our meat out of the broth, and now we're going to strain it through a cheesecloth to... Okay, so now we have our pan of meat that's cooked for 6 hours, and you see it just falls apart. So we're going to separate the meat from the bones. Okay, so here's our chicken breast. So we're just going to pop the meat off. And have this tender chicken breast meat that goes back in. Okay, one of the key ingredients that we're not putting in our Americanized pho, our ameri-pho, is the fish sauce. We've smelled it, we've tasted it, and the fish sauce is a pungent, fermented fish. I don't know how they make it, but it's so strong, we can't put it in our food. I'm sorry. Now our broth is strained and it's ready. It's on simmer, and we're going to add some fresh squeezed garlic. Instead of fish sauce, we're going to use the aroma of the garlic and the flavor. We'll add our shredded chicken back in to our broth. Now we're going to stir it a little bit, and you have to taste your broth to make sure it has enough salt, pepper, seasoning in. Okay, so we definitely need salt, so we'll add some of that, and some red pepper crushed chili flakes. Okay, so we're going to finish it off with some soy sauce. We're going to add some sliced green onions to our broth, and then we'll leave some for topping. Now we're going to add our green onion to our broth and let that simmer. Okay, so we'll drop our noodles in some hot boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes. Doesn't take long at all. They're ready. Okay, we'll take some noodles out and add them to our bowl. Now we'll add our ameri-pho broth over our noodles. So we've added some fresh cilantro, and we're going to put in some sweet chili sauce. Okay, so we've got some fresh lime. We're going to just give that a little squeeze, drop it in, and here we are. Okay, here you have it, ameri-pho. Hon hao. Enjoy. Now I'm going to add back in my short ribs because my son doesn't eat red meat, but I do. So we left the short ribs separated. Of course, my daughter is trying to challenge my ameri-pho skills, so I'm going to make her a bowl. And she's a red meat girl like me. Here we go. See what she thinks. Okay, here we go. What do you think of our pho, Can?
It's really good.